Hello, everyone. It is Samantha-Jayne Love here, and Love Talk, last one for 2021. Thank you very much for joining us. This one is a really special one. We haven't done one for a really long while, and this beautiful guest, this woman has really brightened my world in so many different ways. Welcome, Kristie, for joining us today.
Hello, Jane. What a joy. Thank you so much for having me. Hello, everybody.
So, Kristie, I first met Kristie probably about 2 years ago, I think. We were doing, what were we doing? We were doing a workshop, a couple of weeks worth of workshop with Shani Faye Chambers.
Was that the Empowered Empath, I think?
Yeah, I think so. It was the Empowered Empath or something like that. And we were going through this. And the first time that I met Kristie, I was like, oh, this chick is triggering me. Kristie likes to talk a little bit. And it was really interesting. And I'm like sitting there going, oh my God, she's like butting in and she's getting her needs met. But it was really triggering me because I wasn't butting in. I had questions and I didn't feel like I could butt in. So it was really interesting, the lessons that I have learned from this beautiful, beautiful woman. And yes, thank you, my darling, for all of your speaking.
I'm trying to think of something constructive to say about it, but all I can do is giggle.
So from that time, we have gone on. I've obviously moved through my triggering with Kristie, and we have sort of collaborated on a few different things. And, you know, Kristie is somebody that I can talk to about different things. And so she's become I suppose, a friend and a soul sister as well. And she is an artist. So behind me is this beautiful piece, which we're really going to talk about. This is the piece that we are, going to really discuss today. But what happened first was Kristie was doing a few paintings, and I was like, oh, I'd love for you to do one for me. And the ones that I was looking at were like the ones that are sitting behind Kristie. So can you everyone see to your...
I don't know. I should have got a little bit organized.
That's all right. That's how we roll. I'll do a funky dance while you grab one. So
awesome.
So Kristie, while she's doing things, was sort of, I suppose, intuiting them, and I was just feeling them. They felt beautiful to me, and I thought, oh, see, like that. That's really pretty to me, and that would be something that I would stare at and just be able to take time out of my day to be able to look at. And I love, So I love mandala art, and Kristie does a lot of beautiful mandala art. So that's what I thought, that when I said, hey, can you do one for me? That's what I thought I was getting.
Likewise.
Apparently, Spirit had a different idea about it.
They're like, now we've got ya.
Now we got ya. Let's just make this a learning experience. And learning we did. So I was thinking that the process was only a 9-month process. Through talking with Kristie, how many months when did I actually ask for it?
It was definitely last year. And I'm feeling like it was June, July, but I know when I sent the beautiful piece to you, I just love her. I look at her and I want to hold her, but which is interesting if we think about the symbology of it. But the question is, when I sent her, I would say roughly 14 months is what I was thinking. From beginning of deciding, us talking and deciding. You give me the beautiful space you did. I have to say, the lessons involved in this piece were not just one way. It was such a learning curve for me, absolute learning curve. And I really feel like I've transformed in being able to do this for you. But yes, definitely 14 months at least, if not more.
Yeah, and it's really interesting that I say that the process was a 9-month process because I actually lost the baby back 9 months ago, and I hadn't even thought of it, and it was just like, oh no, it was a 9-month process. So it's really quite interesting as we sort of we talk about her even further. She's still teaching us lessons, which is amazing, and yeah.
Yeah, and something has just popped into my understanding about her also. Initially, there was a lot of clearing around it, a lot of clearing, and just I would do just a very tiny little bit. I think that I had the concept and the inspiration. I was all ready to go. I was like, right, no one called me today. I'm working on this. I'd be like, I don't care if you're dying. Too bad, Samantha-Jayne, got to do this thing. With this these big energies would come behind it, and I'd be ready to go, and then it'd be like 45 minutes of clearing, and they'd be like, that's it, put it away. I'd be like, okay. And 5 minutes later, are you sure?
Anti-climax.
Should I go back now? Yeah, totally. Totally. So I wonder if the first part of my experience with this painting was actually to develop a trust for the important part, which was the 9-month period that you're talking about, because there definitely was a shift in the way I related to it. It was it was transformative is the word that comes to mind. So it was like clearing all my crap so that I could receive clearly in order to maybe be with you on that 9-month process.
Yeah, and the beautiful thing about getting a painting done by this beautiful woman is that she writes just as much as she talks.
It's got to come out.
It's just got to come out. The words are going to come out. But she has written me 3 pages of learnings that come with the beautiful painting. So you don't just get a beautiful painting, you get the process of what happens. So maybe let's go back to what type of materials you use and why you like using them.
Sure. Okay. Well, yours is just a standard canvas. I believe it's 900 by 600 mil, which I particularly like the size because it just gives so much room for creation. But I do actually love doing just wood. I love a piece of wood, and there's something about, excuse me, sorry. Sometimes I'll have to go to specific places to get it, and actually just be with the wood before I start the painting. But it's really, yeah. So initially I started, that's the base. Initially I started with using, I think, Johansson acrylic paints, just basic craft paints from Spotlight or, Jackson's, wherever you want to go. But painting on a budget for that size is not, like, you can't, like, yeah. So Bunnings house paints. Don't tell anyone. But
That's all right. I think I've when I was painting, Bunnings actually has a good variety of different paints as well.
They do.
And lots of different colors. I suppose that's the good thing about Bunnings, is not that this is a Bunnings plug or anything.
They pay them.
Unless they want to sponsor me, whatever.
I'll wear a shirt.
I'll wear it. Yeah, or the hat. It's fly season.
Yeah. That's true. Good choice.
So if you all may, let me read some of the parts of it that Kristie did. So Kristie really, the thing that I love about Kristie is that she's really intuitive. and she really taps in with the earth energy. So like she just said, she likes painting on wood. She really brings, she's got her two little babies are birds. Like she's we got four now. Oh, we've got four now. See, multiply.
Procreation.
Procreation. So that's how we roll. So I will just read what this beautiful woman has written to me, and I'll probably stop so that we can take note on, and I'll ask her some questions. And if anyone wants to chime in with some questions, please chime in with some questions. And she says, "Hi, Samantha-Jayne. I wanted to take a moment to share some of the beautiful blessings that have come to be during this incredible journey of creating your portrait." Which, let me stop here. I was like, what do you mean a portrait? I've always thought, hey, I'd really love a portrait done of me, but this was not really in my psyche. So it's really quite beautiful that it was a portrait.
Yeah.
As well. And I think it surprised you in a way, because
Yeah. Completely. It was I have to say, there's, in most of my mandalas or my creations, there's a middle bit where I'm like, okay, I've seen it before, I know it comes out at the end, it makes sense, but right now it just looks like, can I swear? I'm not allowed to Facebook. Looks like shite.
Yeah, that's right.
Looks like shite. I don't know what's going on. But in the last few months, as it came together, and there were lots of groups of information that I held for a while, and literally just sent love and thought to in myself, even without the painting. When they came together, I was just like, holy bat shite, Robin. Like, that is huge. Could have just said yes.
Yes. Like everything's just, this whole thing was just a yes. So there's the painting has been broken down into four main bodies of writing and the work, and it's how it sort of came out. So the first impressions were that this painting were about the journey of self-discovery and self-mastery. I don't know whether I've mastered myself, but I'm definitely on that journey.
You got to be on it to get there, right?
Yeah, that's it. And one of the things that she wrote was being able to find balance between healing and recognizing true generational trauma and its impact on and around in your current life. And I have literally been doing a lot of sacred ancestral clearing, doing lots of work, and in womb work, in generational work, in my own past life, bringing back the learnings and letting go of the old contracts and the letting go of the things that don't need to be with me anymore. So there has been, over the last 18 months, a lot of work that has really been happening. So it really makes sense. Like, so when I was reading this for the first time, I was like, it was almost like she was in my head of all of the things that were happening. So she's got words associated here were assimilation, acceptance, courage, faith, grounding, trusting your gut. This painting comes through Gaia, Mother Mary, and Kuan Yin, and it speaks to your journey as a soldier that you are, holding hope for congruence and in accordance with your higher self through all dimensions. A little further down the track, it was needing to do just a little on it and then move, and then again a little, and then move away. And this period, she smudged and she healed. She said healing to me through the painting. Is that the way that it was?
Yeah.
And just really sat with it until the messages came through. Yeah. And when I was reading this, I was like, oh my God, this is inspiring just to read these words and these notes, because it essentially is a workshop in itself. That, we need to have time to
Yeah.
sit, not just to be, go, go, go. We need to have time with ourselves, with our feelings, with our emotions, and whatever they are. Sometimes they are uncomfortable, but to allow them to be. Yeah.
They need to be for expansion to take place, don't they? Change
Yeah.
is not comfortable. You're comfy, you're not doing much, which is fine.
Which is okay. Sometimes we just need to be, I just need a little bit of comfy, take the bra off on the
Oh, for
couch,
sure.
not that
Hello.
much.
Yeah. Absolutely. Just don't let spirit know, or else they'll be like, okay, here we go again.
Oh, yeah, like, you've rested, that's 5 minutes. Right.
Yeah, exactly. You only got 90 years, woman. Come on.
Yeah, come on, hurry up. The next part is, I ask for forgiveness between all of the lineage associated with this painting. I thank Spirit for their continuing provision of opportunity for growth as well as to be supported. May the woman here entwine forgiveness and hope through their ancestral lines to cellular level. May this occur with trust and knowing as we as a race align with the fifth dimension. And you know what's really interesting? In the other room, my mum has flown over from Adelaide because there's some stuff going on in my life right now.
Okay.
So that I'm on here speaking with you right now with my mum reading a book and my little girl on the iPad, this is, like, it's really special. It is really, really special to, to have you on, this show that fills me with so much joy being able to do this with, these beautiful guests that I get to have on as well, and to share a bit of myself. So
Thank you so much.
thanks, Spirit, again.
Well, that's the thing, and I think like this is a good time to just quickly, in a few sentences, pop in while you were reading. I'm telling myself as much as I tell everyone else. So, like, remember, you're actually on a show.
Yeah.
So, as you were talking, and you were saying, how important it is, and for people to come together and hold space for the change that's taking place, that isn't just about this lifetime, isn't just about you, is about the bigger picture. This beautiful elder, almost I would say Aboriginal elder, grandmother came in, and she's sitting by a fire, and just sitting with that beautiful feminine nurturing love, and just holding that with no intent of leaving, no intent of anything else, for as long as it needs to be.
Yeah.
And I think, how you were saying in the beginning, how much I annoyed you. Oh, triggered.
Triggered me.
Woohoo, we're doing our work together. Yeah. In the beginning, yeah. I spent, so generational trauma it's for, everybody is impacted by this, and there are us that are taking the bull by the horns, and we're like, right, let's deal with this. Yeah, but not speaking was a huge thing for the maternal line lineage in my family.
Yeah.
And it took years, decades of me being physically, emotionally, psychologically, blah, 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 injured because of not speaking out.
Yeah.
So, so I guess the joy in spirit letting you know that they're with you through everything. I love these kind of alignments, because it just supports the fact that everything is happening as it's meant to. Even if you're like, why is my life upside down and inside out? Because the moments where we have gone, oh my God, look at that, this was happening for you, Samantha-Jayne, and I was feeling this, I think you kind of say, hey, we want you to know that we love you. You're eternally loved. We're always here.
Yeah. And I think that's why Spirit brought us together, because, we both were going through that. So that maternal, like there's probably been more maternal generation trauma that I've been working on. There has been, I'm sort of starting to do the paternal now, but yeah, more of that maternal and more of the not speaking. Let's just brush it under the carpet.
Everything's fine,
And
smile.
hi, let's go. Let's just go over here and do everything for everybody else, and we're like falling apart. And oh my god, yay! Yeah.
Thank God for the end of cyclical karmic behavior, like lifetimes, right?
Yes. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So then it goes on, like we have spoken about it, that, like as the time went on, and you were saying that the colors, you were like, why am I using this color? It just didn't make sense. And, so the bottom right-hand corner, this corner here, and it's really interesting, the colors unfortunately, the camera on the laptop just does not do it. So everyone has to come and visit me.
Okay, coming now.
I'll see you in a couple of hours. It's a quick trip from
Yeah.
Perth to Ballarat. No problem.
I'll make a sandwich.
Yeah. So the colors that were used were purple, orange, and golds, and saying that it was very, very earthy when you were doing that part of that part, and it was about knowing love, connection with your higher self, and wisdom and creativity and spirit. So when over these last months, there has been a lot of me connecting in really with my higher self, and really intentionally doing that as well. So it was really beautiful, to read that this is, like it's obviously showing, like the work that I have been doing. Yes, it's good for me, but it's also showing for other people that are seeing me as well, seeing me in a different way.
Completely. And the solid foundation you're creating for yourself and for
Yeah.
your daughters and their daughters and
And
their
also, the women that come to my sessions as well, because it's, let's just face it, I do a lot of this womb stuff.
with their eyeballs going like different ways, which is like,
I do a lot of this womb stuff. My womb
which is
talks to other
beautiful.
people's wombs, and that's just what happens.
Love it.
And it's, there's a center column down behind her, which is keeping her, it's constantly at my back. So it's spirit there and supporting me and guiding me.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have that, I can feel them, but it's nice to have that representation as well of it. So, on those moments where, if I have got a down day, I can look at this beautiful piece and go, I am supported. I am, I'm guided. I'm constantly there. Beautiful. I don't know whether everyone else can see it, but at the top, it sort of looks like a hair, but it's the crescent moon, and it's Mother Goddess Gaia coming in to guide me as well. So there is Mother Isis, sorry. I've got Gaia, we've got Isis, we've got all of the ladies are coming to play. It's like it's a full ladies' night on my painting. Ladies' night and the feeling.
All the single ladies.
Oh, single ladies. So it is really about my divine femininity and the wisdom that is guided through that, because I shut her down for a long time. And it's really, yeah, we do, like I was, the sassy cat. I was wild. I was very out there, and I was probably more Callie than anything else. But the softness was a little bit scary, to be honest. To be vulnerable, to be in absolute flow and surrender. So these things, have been a full remembering of how to be gentle and soft and not just wild and reckless. Don't get me wrong, that's fun, everyone.
On Tuesdays for half an hour.
Yeah, because it takes too long to get over it now.
Exactly.
It's
That's the
just all
thing.
showing up differently now. It's not like not not 25 anymore. I'm 45, so it just shows up
Yeah.
different.
Yeah. No, you can't deceive yourself anymore.
Yeah.
I
So
think
yes, go
can
ahead.
I just
Yeah.
there's this, I think it's interesting that you say around the vulnerability, how scary it can be. That was a huge thing for me. I first started seeing auras when I was 13 at high school. I remember my English class just so clearly. But I was like 10 and I was like, Mum, we need to move to the country. She just laughed and said, can you go and finish the dishes, please? Like, there was a lot going on in her life. And she's like, it would sound funny as an adult,
Yeah.
hearing that from your child. But for me, there was basically being vulnerable and being open to spirit meant having to come into touch with my hurt, my pain, and my anger. My anger, oh, God help me. So I think that it takes time to work through that. I'm sure there are people out there that are, feeling the same. And I think this is 3 more sentences. Like, are you okay? Cool.
Oh, I love it.
I think this is, like I went through this. Oh, when you started doing the gratitude posts, there was this urge in me. I'd never had it before, but it was an awesome opportunity for me to learn about trusting the bigger picture. And I would get up some days and I just have in my head, you need to post about this. You need to post about whatever the experience that I'd found some resolution about within myself was over the last few days. And I got private messages from that saying I was about to give up. Thank you, Kristie. If what you said last night has shown me, not to let go of my hope, to have courage, and it's so nice not to feel alone. So I think this is it's those things that have just really, really confirmed in me how important it is to speak your truth even when you don't know, even when it's, and to love the ripples it might cause, because it can, let's face it.
Yeah.
But again, it's all part of the journey of learning your strength and learning the power of your voice, learning the power of your intuition, and the value of your hurt, the value of what you've experienced, and not letting others. Everyone wants to escape pain. No one wants to be in touch with their pain, and I think shunning people who are willing to speak about it is a very normal defense mechanism. But I think it's just as important for those people as it is for the people that are going to be grateful for them to be able to hear, you taking a risk.
And that's interesting that you say that, because the people that shun it, obviously that's going to trigger them a lot, like it's going to
Yeah.
be, oh, wait a minute, she said something that's really making me feel uncomfortable and I'm going to attack her back. But then it will probably, the person that will say something either attacking or nasty or something back will be the person that it will actually be making them think a lot more. The person that goes, oh, thank you for that, will sort of go, thank you for that and then it's sort of done. So it's almost a good thing to be able to ignite that in somebody as well for them. And then, hopefully we just, wish them some courage to then make that next part of moving through that. But and that's the part that can be the scariest. The I accept that I'm feeling this way because I'm still feeling this way. It might have happened 20 years ago or whatever. So just taking that next step of the courage of changing the way that they are within all of that.
Absolutely. I feel like the people that are going most aggressive are not always, but in some circumstances are the ones that are needing the love the most. And something really important that I've learned is that even if that momentary where you've gone, screw you, biatch, it took me 20 years to develop these walls, you are not knocking them down. And and then in private they like, oh my god, like that was me.
Yeah,
Let's face it.
yeah.
Like, I own my walls. Even just the slightest, I think it's so important to hold yourself just in the now. And if you in this lifetime just are able to authentically, at a heart level, make one change, it's the value in that is just phenomenal. Do you know what I mean? And you don't have to become Buddha by the end of your life. I think it's just being present in the now moment.
Totally.
Yeah, I don't have the words.
No, that's perfect. Yeah, if we can be present in the now moment, because the now moment is all that we have. Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen in the next, the next hour, the next moment. I'm sitting here right now. My husband's in hospital, can't walk. So, the only moment I have is this now moment where I'm fully in my full joy because I'm getting to experience all of my life right in this now moment. I have this beautiful picture which has, is a celebration of me as well, because I didn't celebrate me at all. Like I
How
would
could
have
you not? Have
I
you seen
talked
your
about
earrings?
celebrating. Hey?
Have you seen your earrings? My God,
I
that in
know.
itself is enough. I
But it
love
was
it.
almost like it was on a very superficial level that I would, be like, I'm amazing, I'm sassy, I'm, this, or I'm the slammer. I would be, I was very good at acting, celebrating me.
Of course.
But
It's a very good
actually,
defense mechanism.
just, like when I opened this amazing picture up, I literally was like, oh, fuck, is that really me? Like it really did, and I've done a lot of work on myself, but it really made me come into a moment of, let's celebrate you right now. You've got this beautiful piece of art that this gorgeous orange-haired goddess has done for you. And it's not just slapped some acrylic on a canvas. It literally is thoughtful, and it is intuitive, and it's tapped into, like we're connected by heart and by, let's just say, by womb as well, because, I know that, as you were learning things, as you were connecting in better with your mum, you were able to then, know that I was doing that at the same time. So if we both weren't doing the work that we were doing at the same time, I don't think this piece would have been as beautiful as she actually is.
Interesting you say that.
Yeah, go, darling. No, please.
It's like just it is. I think, and it's the joy, and like it's because it is what it is. It's like the and this happened and blah blah blah. But when you were talking about how you're moving on to your paternal stuff now, it's the same for me. So even still, even though you have the painting, and maybe this is, like you're saying, there is that womb connection as you have the painting, but I'm still like in exactly the same relation in that sense, like in the womb space, like moving through paternal stuff. Holy shit. Anyway.
Yeah. And, the beautiful thing about this painting isn't just, I'm going to say, our painting. And, yes, it's a portrait of me. You were the I'm saying our painting because you painted it, but it's there for, the beautiful ancestor who came in just before. Like she's literally here guiding so many of us now to tap back into the earth, tap back into Gaia, connect in with yourself, connect in with your bloodlines, and not just your bloodlines, but all of your family. Be able to guide
Your soul
people to
line.
find their joy again, to,
Yeah.
to do what fills their cup up with
Yeah.
whatever it is that needs to be filled in the cup. We're living in these days where, everything is just go, 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 do, 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 be. But there's not
It's like,
just,
no. Stop being
there's no
distracted.
letting go of everything. It's all like tightly strung, the woulda, shoulda,
Yeah.
couldas, everyone's, people might own their house, but they're in a lot of debt for owning their houses. Like there's lots of stuff going on for a lot of people, and not a lot of people are allowing themselves to come into their own being and breathing and finding that real purpose of why they decided to come back right now. Why
Yeah.
did you come back here? Did you come
Yeah.
back here just to have a 9 to 5 and be miserable every single day?
I was 35 when I realized I was in the middle of doing an assignment at 2 o'clock in the morning. I was at uni, nursing full time, uni full time. Currently, sleep didn't matter. But
It's all right, we have V for that.
yeah. And I was like, what am I doing? This system is not going to the healthcare system. Of course, we need it, but it's not going to make the changes that I want. And it just felt like every time I saw a patient, like it would just be showing more clearly, what we needed and what we don't have, like the imbalance.
Yeah.
But I feel like, and all this is, in the 6 years since then, I guess it's just been a journey coming to the point of being able to work with beautiful people like you. But I just with what you were saying, it does come to mind. Some reading I did a little while ago suggests that, I guess the Incas, and there were a lot of beings that back in the day knew that this period in humanity would come. They
Yeah.
knew, and they put keys into the earth, and they planted the seeds for us to remember and for us to be our whole in order to bring back the unity that we need so much. It's not
Yes.
time for this rift anymore. And I think this is a big part of what's going on in what we've discussed as well.
Yeah, and it's in Aboriginal law they talk about the going back to the ancient laws and all of the colours of the nations coming together. So what I suppose the way that I interpret that. If anybody's watching this and they want to come on the show and please explain it better than what I am, please reach out to me. So I just see it, whether you're black, white, yellow, purple, pink, blue, whatever, however you are, we're all coming together. The rainbow of all of the different nations are coming, and that beautiful, the keys that are locked in the ground are beautiful memories. So yeah, that's
So much
that
wisdom held in them.
so much wisdom that is, it's there. And if you're ready to remember, please reach out. I've got a few little tricks up my sleeve. That
Uh-oh. I better sell a kidney.
Yeah, we'll have another painting coming soon.
Yes. Awesome. All right, done.
Oh my goodness. As I
What
said,
were we talking about?
this whole process has been, a delight. There was moments where I was like, is she doing that painting? Oh, well, like whatever. It's okay.
I felt that. Maybe that's
was that was
I
that
get my
happening? And like, but overall, the whole toing and froing and what has come from it, and just actually watching this woman grow as an artist, and how she's really sitting within her soul now. She was bursting out, like when when I first met Kristie, she was literally bursting out of her skin, like with words and everything. She was out. I was like, oh wow, that's a lot of energy right there.
Sorry, everybody.
It is really, it has been such an honor and a pleasure to watch her really come into her own and can't find the way that she can put that energy onto a beautiful creation for people. And I know that she's got lots of people reaching out for her beautiful creations now. And if you would love for Kristie to do a creation for you, please, we'll put her details down below, or you can just find her as well. They are totally special. She is a very special lady as well. Thank you for coming into my life.
Thank you so much. It's just, I have to say, like, I wouldn't be who I was without you, Samantha-Jayne. Like, this whole process has birthed what I'm able to do now. So, like, I know, I think maybe that's part of what my tears were. Like, I had to pull over. Like, I left Gosnells and I was 15 minutes up the hill and I was like, I've got to pull over. This is like, I'm going to be dangerous if I keep driving. I'm like, I don't know.
So just for context, what was happening, so when Kristie put the beautiful painting into the post office to send her off, she was very, very emotional. So we've been just talking about, the whole process of yeah, that's all right. So it was, like, that's why I'm saying that she belongs to, once I go, she probably will belong into, I don't know, some sort of legacy museum or something, because she's not just she's a portrait of me. Maybe it's the next Mona Lisa. Big calls around here.
I think it's got a bit more gutso than Mona Lisa to be like.
Yeah. So her energy will be floating through all of the processes that will come through now, and I look forward to working with other people, and just my most humble gratitude for all of the words and all of the beautifulness that you have brought into my life. You are amazing. So, as we were talking about gratitudes, we will be starting gratitudes again in the Awaken Within What I Love About Myself group, starting, the 1st of the 1st, 2022. There must be a good omen there.
Has to be.
So I'll put that in there. We do have a lot of fun in there. I can't believe we're already there already. And if you would like to know how to activate some of those keys within yourself, please reach out as well. I will be hosting a Starlight Temple journey. It goes for 13 weeks, and that's one of my specialities, unlocking keys within your lower realms and your upper realms at the same time too. So thank you all for joining, Kristie. It has been a delightful pleasure, and I love that you have activated in me talking, because otherwise I probably would not be doing this right now. So big love for you.
I just don't know what to say. For the first time, I've got no words.
Oh my God, please, Spirit. There we go. I have made Kristie Trigger speechless. My work on this earth is done.
Exactly. They're like, how'd you do it, Sam? Can you teach us? Thank you so much. This has been a beautiful experience. This joy, and this is everybody else's potential.
That is it. Yeah. So I look forward to speaking with you all soon for Love Talk in 2022. Just remember, if you are love, you will emanate love.
Mwah. Look forward to it, chick.
Bye, darlings.
Bye.